Queen Lily, and today we are talking about Donald Trump, all things Donald Trump, even from President Claudia in Mexico. Donald Trump still wants to put the tariffs on everybody from Canada, Mexico, China, but he really want to stick it to Canada and Mexico. But hey, President Claudia from Mexico, she's like, no, sir, I'm not backing down. I'm standing 10 toes down, Donald Trump. I'm not afraid of you, Donald Trump. So that's what we're talking about today, and so a couple other things as well that we will be talking about. Again, thank you for coming to my live. I am Queen Lily. I am grateful to have you on my live today on this beautiful Sunday. Yes, it is December 1st, the first day of December. Yes, it is. And y'all just have a couple more days to shop. I did all my shopping like in the summertime because it makes it much easier. And actually, you will get things much cheaper if you shop way ahead of time and not wait till November, December. Actually, do it over in the summer like I did, and you catch the best prices then. So that's what I did because I don't like being stressed out. It is the 1st of December. This is Life Under Trump number 18, part 18. Here we go. Let's get started. Also, if you want me to read your comments, you will have to super chat me and I would gladly read it for you. I would gladly and love to read it for you. So we're going to get started just a moment, okay? Thank you. Again, thank you for coming to my live. I am Queen Lily. So I'm going to show y'all a video from Queen Claudia, the Mexican president. Queen Claudia, she will not back down. Her stock just went up. They showed it with the stock market. Stock has changed and her stock just went up. And our dollar is not going up. So that's rather scary. It's rather scary. So I'm going to show y'all a video, okay? And be sure to subscribe to Midas Touch Network because this is actually their video. It is educational and it is great research. Hold on. It's a commercial. Give it a moment. Just a moment, please.
In the shooting match between the U.S. and Mexico over Donald Trump's threatened tariff war, there's a clear winner, and her name is Claudia Sheinbaum, the new president of Mexico. Donald Trump probably thought he could try to pick on her since she just got elected a couple of months ago, and she fired back, and the markets have responded in praising her, and also the peso trading market has responded by declaring that the winner
Happy
is Mexico,
Sunday, Queen Vera.
because now the peso is 1.5% higher than it was before the attack by Donald Trump against the dollar. I'm going to use my Wall Street background to talk to you here on Legal AF, the Midas Touch Network, about this phony trade war that Donald Trump has started. And then once Sheinbaum retaliated, he backed down. The markets watched and responded by lifting the peso against the dollar. Let me break it all down for you. A couple weeks ago, Donald Trump thought it was in the economic best interest of average Americans to do two things: deport 40% of the undocumented workforce that fires and powers sectors like construction and our food supply and our internet commerce. In the same time, he said, why don't I start a trade war and tax Mexico and Canada 25% in tariffs and China 10%, representing 40% of our trading partners? Well, Mexico and Canada immediately fired back in different ways. There's reporting, and I'll probably do a hot take on it, about Trudeau heading down to Mar-a-Lago, maybe on bended knee, forced there by his government to make nice with Donald Trump and to try to convince him in a meeting he just held, along with Donald Trump's economic team, including his new commerce nominee, Howard Lutnick.
Hello, King Cam.
In the room about trying to avoid the 25% tariff. But that's not what Claudia Sheinbaum did. Maybe because she's an economist. Maybe because she has a doctorate. Maybe because she's really tough and really smart. And so she immediately did two things that the Canadians did not do. She issued a letter in Spanish in response to Donald Trump, in which she threatened her own 25% tariff, which economists have shown will lead to the following dire impacts on the U.S. economy: an immediate loss of
I'm good,
500,000 jobs
Cam.
on the
Thank you,
U.S.
King.
side of that dispute. 500,000 jobs, poof, goodbye overnight because of the trade war, and a substantial increase in the cost of living for Americans. I thought that's the reason people voted for him. I mean, I keep hearing the two reasons that Kamala Harris and Democrats lost, besides some issues with her candidacy and the fact that there wasn't a primary system that selected her, but was that people voted with their pocketbook and their wallet, and they were upset about immigration and a couple of culture war issues that apparently the Democrats obviously lost about protection for the LGBTQ plus community. But I thought it was really all about the economy. I didn't realize that we had given Donald Trump a quote unquote mandate of quote unquote historic proportions, none of which is true, in order to wreck our economy or to do a science experiment. Let's see what will happen. And so Scheinbaum reminded Donald Trump in her letter on official President Mexico letterhead that the two major exporters out of Mexico who will be hit with the 25% tariff are, if she does her side of the tariff, General Motors and Ford, who have been in the country for almost 100 years, making products in their plants in Mexico. No, they would not escape a 25% retaliatory tariff imposed by Mexico. Is that what they want to do? And that's where a lot of the 500,000 jobs on the other side come out, and the higher costs. Now, the market, let me turn to my prior Wall Street background here. The market has responded. And the peso traders, there's currency traders, what we call foreign exchange traders, FX traders. They sit there making money on the arbitrage between a certain
hit the like button, please.
It could be a sort of a straddle or a butterfly. What that means is they're matching different currencies and trying to trade one against the other. The peso against the dollar, right? The euro against the dollar, or the peso, the Brazilian real against the yen. I mean, there's all sorts of things that you can match and bet on in a market with foreign exchange traders. And so that market has already spoken about who they saw as the winner of that tough guy stance that Donald Trump made before he even got in office. He's already conducting illegal foreign policy before he even got into office, right? We have one president at one time. We have one set of policies around our economy, around foreign policy, around national trade. And that's being conducted by the Biden administration until January 20th at noon. No, Donald Trump is already
Thank
open
you,
for business,
Cam.
literally selling off our policies to the highest bidder, and has just decided that he likes the optics of having Canada and Mexico come and kiss his backside, kiss his ass. Do you need a break from the crowded stores and endless gift lists? Restore your zen.
I must say I agree with him about everything, but Mexico is not bending down and kissing the ring. She's not doing it. Claudia, she's not doing it. President Claudia. Hold on, that commercial's still on. Hold on. She refused to.
World.
Oh, another commercial. Sorry, you guys. I think with the Mexican president, Donald Trump has met his match. She refused to bend down and kiss the ring. And I don't blame her because he's not our president. He doesn't go in office till January.
But Trudeau decided from Canada, I better get down there. He wants me down there. He stayed at some who knows what hotel in West Palm Beach. Didn't even stay in Palm Beach at a nice hotel. I'm from that area, so I can tell you. Trudeau, why didn't you stay at the Breakers or at the Brazilian Court or something? I don't know why you stayed in this hotel in West Palm Beach, but you did. And then you got to schlep over with your black cars and go to Mar-a-Lago and meet with all these people, most of which have never been in government before, to try to talk about why Canada is not responsible for the fentanyl addictions in America or drug supply, nor it's not a porous border. People aren't pouring in through Canada, in Nova Scotia into Maine, bad people. So the whole thing was sort of a kabuki theater orchestrated by Donald Trump. And you either play it or you don't play it. And Claudia Scheinbaum is not playing. She's like, legal AFU. I'm not doing that. You want a trade war? Bring it. Even the dueling social media posts show you who won that particular battle. Donald Trump said, just had a great call with Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico. She's fully on board with closing the southern border and stopping migration. MAGA 2025. And an hour later, Claudia Sheinbaum posts her own interpretation of the phone call, where she said that Mexico's stance is not to close the borders, but they believe in building bridges with communities. And the Wall Street market went, yeah, we're going to vote for Claudia Sheinbaum on that one. And the peso price has now gone up. It'll be volatile because what traders now have to do is we're back in the world of them sort of being hurtled around and being pulled and dragged around by competing social media posts, because Donald Trump's going to conduct foreign policy and economic policy again through social media, through Truth Social. Here we go again. You know, we in the legal media are going to have to go after that, have that declared his public account in order to get all copies of everything, because he's not going to use the official POTUS, President of the United States, X account, or wherever it is these days, hopefully on Blue Sky like the rest of us. But he's going to do it through his Truth Social. That's why he built the platform, and he needs more eyeballs over there. So he's going to start posting there left and right, and we're going to have to react to it. And the economy and the market is going to have to react to it. So we're back, in case you didn't figure this out, we're back to national security policy, trade policy, domestic policy, war and diplomacy through social media posts by Donald Trump. And the markets are going to have to react, but they already are. So the winner for me right now, at least 2-0, is Claudia Sheinbaum of Mexico against Donald Trump. We'll continue to follow it all right here, using my background and experience as a practicing lawyer, somebody that has a Wall Street background and experience as well as a trial lawyer, in litigating in the courts that I talk about. There's a few ways to support Legal AF if you like it. I think you do. You're already here. Hit the subscribe button for Midas Touch. We have a new Legal AF YouTube channel we formed just before the election. Already have almost 350,000 subscribers. We call it, what else? Legal AF, and I'm the chief curator over there. Some amazing new content you can't get anywhere else. If you can't get your fill of law and politics in that intersection, come over to Legal AF, the YouTube channel, in collaboration with the Midas Touch Network. Boom, hit the blue subscribe button and help us. As you've heard at length, we do not have outside investors at all. We do this. This is people powered. All people powered. Us on one side, you on the other, supporting us in the various ways. You know, Midas Touch has a Substack. Legal AF's going to have a Substack. We got Patreon. We've got the podcast. We've got our advertisers, and we've got our subscribers. That's how we exist. That's what keeps the lights on, so to speak. So till my next reporting for Legal AF, wherever it may be, I'm Michael Popak, in collaboration with the Midas Touch.
Please subscribe to Legal AF and Midas Touch Network. I love their channel. I watch them faithfully every day. It's very educational, and it's great to go over there and do some research. Hey, go over there and check them out. Subscribe, please. So this particular content creator, her name is Tabitha Speaks, and she has something to say right now. So let's listen to her, okay? Just a moment.
We're great. Adult incontinence pull-up is best. On the
Just a
left,
moment,
we have
please.
Incontinence pull-up from Depend.
I know y'all have got to be tired of hearing it, because I'm tired of saying it. But we tried to tell you. A couple weeks before the election, Elon Musk was caught on audio talking about how if Donald Trump wins, then there will be
I love Tabitha. Queen Monique Love. I love Tabitha.
Temporary hardships that would be better for America in the long run. And I did a video sharing that audio, so you can go back through my videos and look for that video to listen to that audio where Elon Musk told us point blank that if Donald Trump gets into the White House, the policies that they will implement, it will cause a hardship for Americans. Okay. And he tried to soften that blow with the word temporary, but many of us know that those hardships won't be temporary, and it won't be felt like people it won't be felt by people like Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy and all of the people, the millionaires and billionaires that he is putting in his cabinet. The hardships won't be felt by them, but it will be felt by us, the everyday American. And I can't remember if I put in that video or if I made a separate video breaking it down, the $2 trillion that Elon Musk wants to cut from the budget. I told you all where those cuts would come from. And now that they have been elected, now they are confirming what I originally said.
President-elect Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, under the direction of Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, isn't that just a great sentence in and of itself, is getting some advice on ways to cut spending. The nonprofit Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget suggests, boy, they're busy, suggests that $1.4 trillion can be saved just by reversing some of Biden's executive actions. Fox Business's Hillary Vaughn is at the White House with more. Hillary.
Hi, Tammy. Well, the Department of Government Efficiency through Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have a goal of $2 trillion in cuts. So these ideas from the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget pretty much come close to that with their estimate of $1.4 trillion. Here's ways that they say they could save money by reversing some of President Biden's executive actions. By reversing the student loan handout, they could save up to $550 billion. Reversing some healthcare executive actions, $385 billion. And reversing vehicle carbon emissions rules and SNAP food stamp program changes, that could save close to $300 billion. But ultimately, they need Congress to be on the same page. So Ramaswamy and Musk are going to Capitol Hill to meet with Republicans to try to get them on the same page, to work with them to help with their goal of cutting $2 trillion in federal spending.
I think having people that bring a business mindset, having been a small business owner, bringing that business mindset
Senator
into Congress, looking at agencies, I think can be a very
Congresswoman.
So having Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, both individuals who have started
from Iowa
companies, we're looking forward to working with both Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy on making government both efficient and effective.
Most people spend Thanksgiving Day carving a turkey, but Vivek Ramaswamy spent Thanksgiving brushing up on ways to carve up the size of the government, posting this picture of some light beach reading, suggestions from the Congressional Budget Office on how to cut spending. The CBO in these reports warning that if we do nothing, quote, federal debt held by the public would rise to 110% of GDP at the end of 2032, reaching 185% of GDP by 2052. They say debt that is high and rising as a percentage of GDP could slow economic growth, raise interest payments to foreign holders of U.S. debt, and heighten the risk of a fiscal crisis. So not a lot of time to get this done. And the president-elect, Trump, has given DOGE until July 4th of 2026 to get these cuts in place. Musk says that's not going to be a problem because they're going to be using AI to help sort through where money is being wasted. Tammy?
Oh boy, that sounds very exciting, doesn't it, Hillary? It's going to be a fun year for people like you and me. Yeah, all right. Excellent. Thank you.
So they're looking.
Only 12% of women.
I find it rather sad because what a lot of people don't realize, Trump thinking he's hurting black and brown people. I'm going to tell y'all something. One moment.
Program that provided relief to millions of Americans. And I want y'all to understand something. Not everyone qualified for that student loan forgiveness. The majority of the people that have been able to fully take advantage of the student loan forgiveness program are people like police officers, teachers, doctors, nurses, those who are big contributors to our society. contributors to our society that aren't paid their worth. And Elon Musk, a billionaire 400 times over, and Vivek Ramaswamy, also another billionaire, is looking to cut that program from everyday hard-working Americans. And then some of us who haven't been able to have their debt fully wiped out, but have been able to take advantage of lower interest rates, better repayment terms. Yeah, he's looking to cut all of that out for us. Carbon emissions. So that is a part of our environment. That is a part of initiatives towards climate change. So I would think that would be tied to the Environmental Protection Agency. So they're going to go through the Environmental Protection Agency's budget and cut out a lot of carbon emissions programs. And they're going to cut out a whole bunch of other rules and regulations that benefit corporations. And they will heavily affect neighborhoods like Black neighborhoods and poor neighborhoods, because it will free up all of these industrial plants that are built around these neighborhoods to do their will, which would heavily affect the health of the people living in those neighborhoods. That moves us right on into healthcare. She said that they plan on cutting different benefits of healthcare. You can bet your bottom dollar that will be Obamacare. And you know they're going to be gunning for that program that Kamala Harris and Joe Biden just put into place, where it capped some drugs at $35. And of course, without a doubt, they will be cutting welfare benefits, SNAP benefits, TANF benefits, benefits that help those of us who are the most vulnerable financially in our society, low income individuals. Yeah, they're going to cut their benefits. They're going to cut their ability to be able to put food on the table. And I promise you, it won't stop there. They'll move on into education, cutting benefits for education. They'll move on into housing and urban development. They're going to cut housing benefits for low income individuals. It won't stop just at student loan and carbon emissions and SNAP and healthcare. And it's a slap in the face. It is so condescendingly frustrating to see that picture of Vivek Ramaswamy sitting on a private beach somewhere, going through the mapping of the government and the different agencies and the different programs, trying to decide where to cut funding that is paid for by your tax dollars, put into place to help you. Vivek Ramaswamy, a billionaire, he's not looking at the programs that benefit him, that's paid for by your tax dollars. And oh yeah, before I head out, Club 92% t-shirts are now available. Our unity was established in 2024. Click the link in my link tree and it'll take you right to my merch store.
I love Tabitha. Please subscribe to Tabitha Speaks and support her business. Buy the 92%. Those of you know what that means. I'm part of the 92%. Yes, God. Yes, we helped voted President Joe Biden in, and we almost got our girl VP Kamala Harris in there. But we won't give up on her. We won't give up.
Yes, these are my real.
One moment, please. If you'd like for me to read your comments, you have to send me a super chat, and I will gladly read your comments. But until then, I'm going to continue with the show all about Donald Trump. One moment. Just a moment, please. Again, if you'd like for me to read your comment, you have to send me a super chat. Thank you. Hit that like button.
New York and California contribute far more to the federal tax base than what they actually bring back into their state. They're what we call a net contributor. Conversely, most of the former Confederate states in America are what we call net dependent, meaning they need a lot more federal dollars going into their states than what they actually contribute.
And this is
Now,
the red states he's talking about.
Redistribution of dollars coming from blue states and going into red states is socialism. You need the dollars from blue states. You're feeding off the teat of blue states. Now, the question you should be asking is, why are Republican states so poor? Great question, and I don't have the answer for you. I'm just going to point out that Republican states, most of them have had Republican leaders for a very long time. And if Republicans are so good at the economy, which they claim to be, why haven't they solved for it? It's a riddle. Answer me that. New York and California contribute far more to the federal tax base than what they actually bring back into their state.
What he's stating is that you red states, MAGA, y'all take funding from the blue states. And a lot of these red state people in my chat are on welfare. They get food stamps. I get no food stamps. I wish I could get food stamps. I don't get welfare. I don't get government housing. Where I live at is expensive. I don't get any of that. And I drive good. And I eat good. I'm not rich, but I'm blessed by Jesus Christ. So all you red people, MAGA in this chat, a vast majority of y'all are getting some kind of government help. But you sit in my chat and talk your smack on a daily basis. That's what's embarrassing. You a red state, but you in my chat talking your smack, taken from the blue states. Hello, blue states, we're right here. MAGA, you're stealing from the blue states. You in my chat pretending. Stop it. God bless you.
Donald Trump's God Bless the USA Bibles were made in, drumroll please, you guessed it, China. The Bibles cost less than $3 a piece, but Trump is selling them for $59.99. He's also proposing a 60% tariff on Chinese imports if he's elected. So if you apply that to his God Bless the USA Bible, the 60% tariff would raise the retail cost of Trump's $3 Chinese-made Bible to $95.98. This guy is such a grifter and a con artist. He makes his Bibles in China. Experts say his new Trump watches are made in China as well. And he won't say where his gaudy new Trump sneakers are made. But
In China.
There's more. Where were his Trump men's dress shirts made?
Where are the shirts made? Bangladesh. What is good? We employ people in Bangladesh.
Where were the Trump neckties made?
The ties are made in where? China? Ties are made in China.
And for all his talk of Make America Great Again, Trump's New Jersey golf course hired undocumented immigrants. He calls it illegal aliens when they work for other people. His Mar-a-Lago club in Florida hired foreign guest workers, and Trump Winery hires seasonal foreign workers. This guy, only in America can a fake billionaire, con artist, and convicted felon who spent his life outsourcing American jobs convince Americans that he's actually working for their interests instead of his. But they say there's a sucker born every minute. God bless the USA.
Thank you, King German S. Thank you. God bless the USA. That is so baffling, mind-boggling that Donald Trump is always saying, we're going to bring the money back to America, to the USA. No, this is how he do. We're going to bring the money back. Like he got his mouth prepped to give some head. We're going to bring the money back to you. Donald Trump is not bringing no money back to the USA. You see all of his products are made in foreign countries. So MAGA, you worship somebody that doesn't care about you, the American people. If they only had a brain. Thank you, Jesus.
Some huge breaking news right now. Another Trump nominee may be in hot water. Linda McMahon, the Secretary of Education nominee, is now facing a lawsuit.
Education is important.
Enabled child exploitation. when she was the CEO of WWE Wrestling. The new lawsuit filed alleges that McMahon, her husband, and their companies essentially enabled exploitation of children by enabling a ringside announcer who, according to the lawsuit, had teenagers come tear down WWE sets and proceeded to use that as a guise to exploit them in the locker room even. The allegations in this lawsuit are absolutely abhorrent, and they allege that McMahon, who is the nominee for Secretary of Education, enabled this. Now, McMahon denies any wrongdoing, denies anything associated with the allegations, but this lawsuit is going to be a topic of conversation in the upcoming hearings, given the fact that the Secretary of Education literally oversees children in America. Just another day in the Trump world, and he hasn't even taken office yet, folks. Convo your thoughts, spread the word, and follow along, stay up to date on all the news you need to know about.
Life under Trump, part 18. That's what we're watching today. Life under Trump, part 18. Donald Trump with more tax scams. Here we go.
The first thing that they propose is $4 trillion of tax cuts for the wealthiest of Americans. Billionaire welfare. So if you cut anything from the government efficiency, why is the next step to spend $4 trillion on tax cuts for billionaires? And then when you look at the composition of who he's nominating, Linda McMahon, billionaire. Nicole Shanahan, billionaire. Vivek Ramaswamy, billionaire. Elon Musk, billionaire. Donald Trump, billionaire. Doug Burgum, billionaire. They're all standing to make billions upon dollars from the greatest and the biggest tax cut in history. Why? Because this is the great American scam. It's the greatest scam ever perpetuated. The Department of Government Efficiency, in their eyes, is literally a distraction to show that they can cut a few things here or there. And so you don't pay attention to them literally signing up the U.S. government to the biggest debt we've ever taken on. It is a scam to the highest proportions.
Well, Donald Trump used to doing tax scams. That's who he is. He don't pay taxes. Elon Musk, he only got involved with Donald Trump so he could be in on it. One moment, please. Wait until the video open up. Again, if you would like for me to read your comment, I will gladly read it, but you have to send me a super chat. Hit that like button. Thank each and every last one of you beautiful kings and queens. I am Queen Lily, and I welcome you. So this is something that's a little funny about Donald Trump and Elon. Elon said, I purchased the presidency. Elon, you can't sit there, but honey, Elon gonna sit there anyway, because like I told y'all, Donald Trump is gonna be the vice president while Elon is your president. Point blank, period. He paid for it. Him and Russia. So Trump has to bow down to Elon and Putin. And the next video is about Putin and Donald Trump. Yes. One moment, please.
Good morning. 52 days until Inauguration Day, and Donald Trump has a Putin problem. Putin yesterday all but endorsed Donald Trump's presidency, saying that he was a strong, intelligent man and that together they could work to a resolution for the war in Ukraine. At the same time, he insinuated that Donald Trump was not safe and referenced the 2 attempted assassinations during the presidential campaign, saying that Trump needed to take care of himself and his family to keep similar situations from happening, and that his security was not guaranteed.
Elon, he ain't got your back, Donnie, because that's like a vague threat from Putin. I'm going to play this video again. That's like a vague threat telling him to be safe. That's usually like the mob sending you a message to be safe. Donnie boy, you better watch your back. Don't piss Elon off. He is around you every day now like he's the wife. No, you his B. I'm going to switch that up. He the man and you his B.
Good morning, 52 days until Inauguration Day, and Donald Trump has a Putin problem. Putin yesterday all but endorsed Donald Trump's presidency, saying that he was a strong, intelligent man and that together they could work to a resolution for the war in Ukraine. At the same time, he insinuated that Donald Trump was not safe and referenced the 2 attempted assassinations during the presidential campaign, saying that Trump needed to take care of himself and his family to keep similar situations from happening and that his security was not guaranteed.
Again, Putin said your security is not guaranteed. Donnie boy, you better continue bowing down to Daddy Putin or you're going to be finito out of here. That's what's going to happen. You already been got twice, which I think that was on Donnie boy's part. I honestly, hey, King LaSwan, how you doing? I honestly do not believe that anybody actually was doing that. No. But Putin is making a vague threat. And then next thing, he's going to make a heavy threat if Trump doesn't continue to bow down to him. Bow down to your master. Your master is Putin, while Donald Trump is MAGA's master. So y'all got 2 masters. So I'm going to read something to y'all that George Clooney said, and we're going to get up out of here. He said about old Donnie boy. Let's give it a moment to open up. I'm going to show it to you, then I'm going to read it to you. This is George Clooney with his handsome, so that's a beautiful man. Lord, that's a fine man. George Clooney says, Donald Trump is an insult to the intelligence, an insult to decency, an insult to humanity. George Clooney gets it. That's the perfect message. It is. He completely understands the true Americans. He completely understands the decent Americans. He completely, thank you, biggest complainer says Trump lives in your head. No, he lives in your bed with your wife and you give him head. That's what it is. And I'm going to hit like on that. So George Clooney is right. People that are decent, they don't want Donald Trump. People that really love Jesus Christ, they don't want Donald Trump. They're not about reading a fake Bible that's $69.99. It only costs him $3. It's about to cost y'all $99 or something now when he get in there. But mega don't have good sense. They're going to buy that Bible anyway. And they like to be controlled and told what to do by a man that's dumb as a bag of rocks, by a man that didn't even take his own SATs, paid somebody to take them, allegedly. But it is said by his niece, Mary, that he paid somebody. Also, that his sister used to do his homework. I would never try to understand MAGA's brain because they have no brain. But anyway, contrary to belief, there are more Caucasians on welfare than Black people. Do your homework, MAGA. Do your research. So when y'all laughing in my chat and saying this is going to be taken away, they got to get a job. Black people already got a job. Black people are more educated than you are. Do your homework. Do your research. Black women get their education. Your white women's education cannot compare to the Black woman's education. Donald Trump's wife education could never compare to Queen Kamala Harris' education. Donald Trump don't have the education to compete with Kamala's husband, Doug Efron. It's as simple as that. Black women are out there getting their education, and Donald Trump wants to stop that. But it's too late. We have arrived. And I salute Claudia, President Claudia in Mexico. She has a doctorate. Like who? Queen Kamala Harris, VP Kamala Harris, Vice President Kamala Harris, the first Black woman, first woman to be vice president. And she still is my president in my heart and in my mind. Because I would never call that creature with the orange face Never in my life. I didn't when he was in there, he won in 2016. And I would never do it now. Bow down to that. Y'all want somebody to call him daddy? He would never be my daddy. My daddy was a handsome black man that raised beautiful girls and a handsome son. They all have their education because education is the key. But if you live in the hillbilly towns, you don't know that. You sitting there chewing your tobacco and spitting it all over the place in your house, just funky. But I want to thank y'all for coming to my chat today. I want to thank y'all for coming to my live. I want to thank every beautiful king and queen in my chat. Thank you for blessing me today. Whether we like the same people or not. But I bet you one thing, I would never call him what you call him. He could never be my savior. He could never be my president. He could never be my daddy because my daddy was an educated black man. Like Kamala Harris' daddy, an educated black man, which I want to discredit it. Yes, he's a Jamaican, but he's black like me. A handsome black man, her father is. And he's still here to this day. Her father, educated, a professor. But with the white man, all he has to do is show his white face, don't have any education. He will get the job like a lot of people Donald Trump picked in his cabinet that just have money. They don't have the education to be qualified for the jobs Dunny Boy has given them. I salute each and every last one of you guys. Enjoy your Sunday. I love you all. Bye.